everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another book haul. We'll get right into it because I think there's over 30 books because it's for the last 6 months of book haul, and I haven't posted a book haul since July. So let's get to it. A lot of these books were bought for really cheap, either from Book Outlet, or I had gone to the hospital and they had like a table out and all the books were like $2 a piece, so I got quite a few there. So let's get started. This is the third book in the Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab, because this is an adult book, and when she writes adult fantasy or adult books, she goes as V.E. Schwab. So I had the first two, so when it came up on Book Outlet for really cheap, I got it. Now this one I got on Amazon. It was on for maybe $18 or something like that, but The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue from Mackenzie Lee. And that is pitched as, I think, a historical fiction, but sort of a funny one. So it kind of gave me vibes like My Lady Jane from last year. And I really liked that one, so I decided to pick one up. And then there's a sequel to this coming out this year too. This is the beginning of a series by Marie Lu, and I love her other series that I read, the Legend one. So, and this is a gaming book, and it's this player, hunter, hacker, pawn. So I decided to pick that up. Another one that I got was by Robin Benway, Far From the Tree. And this is pitched as, if you like This Is Us, which is on TV, that you're going to love this. So it's all about family and adoption and 3 kids that were adopted in different families that are getting reunited. So I decided to get that. And this is another book by Marie Lu. It's her other trilogy, The Young Elites. And this was on Book Outlet. And I had the first 2, but not this one. So I decided to get it so then I can binge read it. And that's one of the series that I want to read this year. This is a new fantasy series, I believe. It's The Last Namsara, and it's Kristen Ciccarelli. And this, all I know is that it's fantasy and it also has dragons in it. And like I said, I believe it's the beginning of a new series. Let me move that. Some more books that I got at Book Outlet. I got The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner, and that is a fantasy series. Reagan on Peru's Project is reading the series right now and really loving it. And last week I went on Book Outlet and they had book 3 and 4 or something. And so I ordered the other ones. But this is the first book. And this is one of the ones I got at the hospital for a couple of dollars. It's by Karin Slaughter, The Help. This was also turned into a movie. And a lot of people rave about that book. So I got that. And this is a fantasy. It's called Roar by Cora Carmick. And the second book is coming out this year. It's called Rage. So it was on Book Outlet. So I got it for super cheap. And it's people that can control storms. And this is the second book in the Queen of Hearts trilogy. The third book is coming out this year. I have the first book and I got this on Book Outlet, Blood of Wonderland. And it's a retelling of the Queen of Hearts, I think. I believe so. Now, this one is another one that I got at the hospital, at the table. It's actually the second book in a series, but, I mean, for $2, I decided to get it anyway. I believe it's a historical fiction, and it's something about moving to Alaska. And it sounded really good, and I thought, well, for $2, I'll get it, and then I'll look for the first book. This is Hunting Prince Dracula from Carrie Maniscalco. And I got the first book, which was Stalking Jack the Ripper. And so I decided to get this one. The third one, I believe, is coming out this year. And they're companion books. This is an adult fantasy, which I know nothing about, but it was on Book Outlet for super cheap. And I've heard a few people talk about it. It's called The Queen of Blood by Sarah Beth Durst. More books from Book Outlet. I got Down Among the Sticks and Bone This is by Shannon McGuire. And I have the first book. The third one just came out in January. And all I know is it's a fantasy, and it's about kids that go off to, like, they get brought into another world where, you know, they might have powers, or a fantasy world kind of thing. And then they're brought back to their world, and they can't readjust. They can't adjust to the real world. So they get sent to this school. They're really small, and that's why I wait till they go on Book Outlet, but they're supposed to be really good, but I didn't want to pay like $20 for a little book like that. And this one was also on Book Outlet. It's Bad Romance by Heather Demetrios, and I've heard quite a few booktubers talk about it, and I believe there's an abusive relationship in this. So I got that. Now, I got this by Leslie Livingston. This came out last January 2017, and it's about a female gladiator. The second book is coming out this January. It's called The Valiant. So where it was on Book Outlet, I got it. This was probably one of my favorite movies of all time. So when I saw it on Book Outlet for super cheap, I decided to get it. It's the making of The Princess Bride. It's not the story. Oh well. I thought it was actually the story. Oh well. I'll probably read it anyway. But anyway, it was super cheap. It was only a couple dollars, so I got that. Another book I got on Book Outlet. I have the first two books, and this book is super expensive. Like when it was not at Book Outlet, I think it was $30, and it's the Mime Order series, I believe it's called. Let me see. The Bone Season. That's what it is. The Mime Order is the second book. So this is the third book. I got it for a pretty good price on Book Outlet. Then Chapters was having a sale on a lot of their books, and that was before Christmas. So I got this one here from Leigh Bardugo. I absolutely love her books. I'm reading The Six of Crows right now and absolutely loving it. I'll probably finish it today, actually. And so I've already read this, The Language of Thorns. It's like fairy tales in the Grisha world. And like I said, I've already read it. I gave it 4 stars. I liked it. And I have to go to another box. A few more books. This one is All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, this have people that love it, other people that don't, so we'll just have to wait and see. Not too really sure what it's about, but again, that was one of the books that was on sale from Chapters. This is another book that I got at the hospital, where they were $2 a book, and it's the entire Chronicles of Narnia. So I decided to get it because I've never actually read the books. So, and then this was a new release last year from Leigh Bardugo. Again, another author that I absolutely love. Like I said, I read her Grisha trilogy and I absolutely loved it. And she wrote Wonder Woman Warbringer. So, can't wait to read that. Another author that I absolutely love is Marissa Meyer. So this is the beginning of a duology. It's called Renegades, and it's superheroes versus villains. So I had to get that. I probably won't read it until I know that the second book is going to be released, which I hope it's this year, because this was released in 2017. This is a sci-fi. It's called Invictus, Ryan Groden, and in 2017, I read Illuminate and Gemini, which I absolutely love. So if it's anything like that, absolutely wanted to read it. So I got that. A few more new releases. I got Mindy McGinnis, This Darkness Mine. I read about 5 of her books and I love them. I guess this one is super weird, but so were her other books and I really like them. This is by Catherine McGee, The Dazzling Heights, and that's the second book in the 1000th Floor trilogy, I guess. So I probably won't start reading it until I know the third book is coming out. This is the Three Dark Crown series. It has 4 books, and this is the second one, One Dark Throne. So I won't be starting to read that this year because the third book will be coming out this year, but then the fourth will only be coming out next year. So I want to wait until they're all out before I start reading. Now, another book that I got at that $2 sale was Karin Slaughter, Cop Town. This is a thriller. And then I got this at a thrift store. And I know it's about witches. That's all I know. But it has 4 books in there. And I think there's a 5th one. But these were only a few dollars each. So I got that. And that's by Nancy Holder and Debbie Vigue. So... And then I got the 3rd book in the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, The Ship of the Dead. So now the 3 books are all done, but I want to read Rick Riordan's other books before I start reading that series. I'm starting with the Lightning Thief series this year. Another one, all I know by this one, it's Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. It's a retelling. That's all I know. That's all I needed to know. I went to Chapters before Christmas to get some Christmas gifts, and I found this, which is the 2nd book in the Diviners series, and it was $6. And this book was usually like $30, so I got it where it was $6. And that's it. That's all the books that I got from July to December. So not too bad, you know. Usually that's about what I would get in a month. So that's not too bad. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.